Good day, good morning, and good afternoon from where you are. Welcome to this tutorial. In this tutorial, this is a Premiere Pro tutorial. As you can see, I have Premiere Pro open. I'm going to import two stock footages that we can use. So I will import this here, and in this tutorial, what we're going to do is we're going to do three different transitions. So the first transition is a fade transition. As you can see on the screen, that is a fade transition. So how do we do that? It's quite simple. As you can see, I've dragged the two video files onto the timeline. So next what we do is we go to effects, effects here, and then we go to type in cross dissolve, and we have a cross dissolve there. But now you have to make sure, as you see there's a warning there, you have to make sure that you have an insufficient amount of frames to do the effect. So you have to drag this, the effect, the both of the clips you have to drag a bit inwards so that you have some frames to work with. And then you just drag this and put it onto in between each other. Then how the effect works is like that. Okay, but now this file is not as big as I want it to be, so let's just size it up. So how it works is you drag cross dissolve onto there, and it's basically dissolving. You can also edit the duration by actually clicking on this cross dissolve thing. It looks like a rectangle thing, and you can edit the duration, make the duration longer, and then it will look more smoother. Also keep in mind, if you make it longer, if you make the duration longer, you're going to need more frames to work with. So you can't take the end of the file, the end of the video file, as there's not a lot of frames at the end of it. So you have to maybe bring it in a little bit. You can also make a cross dissolve effect without a cross dissolve effect. What you can do is you can put this layer above this layer, the layer that you want to transition out. And then you can go into your settings here, and then you can go to your opacity settings and click on this toggle animation, which is a keyframe to allow keyframes. And then you can go a bit forward and then drag it to north about. So you can do something like that. And you can see it's quite similar to the cross dissolve. So yeah, so the next transition that we're going to do is this transition, as you can see on the screen. So this transition is, a lot of YouTubers like to use this transition, and like it's sometimes a cool transition for vlogs and certain things. So how are we going to do the transition? As you can see on the screen, I have two of these, the same two files. Take the one file, put the one file above the other file on the timeline. Then what you want to do is you go to your effects panel, and then you type in transform, and you can see under the distort effect, video effects, there is a transform effect. You take that effect and you apply it on the video file that you're going to move on top of the other file. Then what you do is you go down here, and then you toggle the animation, the key animation. You toggle it from the start point where you want the transition to start, and then you toggle it out to where you want the transition to end. So yeah, and then you just from whichever way you want it to come, you can animate it so it will come in like that. So now you might say like, but why doesn't it look like blurry? So in Premiere Pro, on the transform panel of the effect of the transform, there's no real, what we call as motion designers and video editors, it's not called motion blur. It's this thing here, shutter speed. So if you activate shutter speed, you unclick use composition, and then you activate shutter speed, make it like 30. it should work if you do this. You see that I think you have to click it, yeah. Yeah, it should work if you unclick it, and then there we go. So there, if you unclick it and then you bring the shutter angle up, then it will give almost like this motion blur effect of movement. You can also just click use composition, and then just I think it's mainly to do with the shutter effect, the shutter angle. If the amount is non-zero, it's gonna look like that. I mean, if that's the style you're going for, I mean, then go for it. But if not, then you can just like that, the slow over the top transition. Now the next transition that we're gonna do is this transition. So this transition is like they like to use it in music videos and stuff. And this transition is also quite an easy transition to do. Basically what you do is, as you can see on the screen, I have the timeline again, and you just grab one of those the one you want to maybe I usually take the one that I'm gonna the one that I'm gonna transition out, and then what I do is take the cut tool or the razor tool, and then where you want the transition to start, you zoom it in, and then you just cut it where you want it to start, for instance there, and then you press the arrow key, you press the arrow key 3 times, which is three frames, sorry, and then you move it again 3 times, and again 3 times. Is that 3 times? Let me just double check. Yep. 3 times again. 3 times again. 3 times again. 3 times again. You get the point 3 times. It's basically just to have an even transition you're going to see now. So then you can remove this, and you take the selection tool, and then you just select this portion, delete that, delete that, delete that. So now what you can do is these two types of this effect, this transition, sorry. Delete this here, and then basically it's gonna give this reveal. So it almost looks like a horror movie reveal. You get some music videos that also do them. It's like a reveal. Or you could also do like you can drag that far on there and then it do that, but that doesn't look so nice. I like the black one, where the black one looks almost like a, and then it's a reveal. But you should just remove this one, and then you can maybe do something like this. Move this up 3 frames, and then it reveals. So this effect you also can make it a bit longer, because I think 3 frames is a bit 3 frames is a bit fast. So I'm just gonna skip to the part where I show you. I'm gonna make it like 6 frames. So as you can see here, I've cut it into 6 frames per portion, so making it a little bit longer, the transition. So I'll just play that so you guys can actually see how it looks, and reveal. So that's that transition. I call it you can call it whatever you want, but it's a lot of the times they use it in like horror films, trailers. It's very fast paced transition, music videos, because you get like the snare beat that goes with it. Yeah, so that is that. Just another quick transition is also a dissolve transition. So basically you go to dissolve under video transitions, and you go to type in dub. They'll give you dub to black and dub to white. So then you click on dub to white, and you drag it onto the beginning of the video file, and then it'll do something like that. And it'll give you like a dub transition from white into the clip, and you drag dub to black onto the end of the file, and it'll do like a fade out to black. Yeah, you can also do this with you putting a white solid above the layer and opacitying it in and out. But it's easier just to use dip to black and dip to white. But yeah, that's basically the three, you can say 3.5 transitions. Um, that was just a quick one to show you the different transitions and simple transitions, but they are effective and you can use them a lot for a lot of things, a lot of different genres of video. I hope you guys enjoyed that transition videos. I have more transition videos in the future. This is just one of them. And thanks for watching, guys. I hope you learned something. Like and subscribe. Yeah, and if you didn't like it, you can also dislike. Yeah, so thanks, guys. Have a nice day, and I'll catch you on the next one.